I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
Welcome in, everybody, to another night of racing with Heart to Heart Motorsports, everybody. Heart to Heart Motorsports, bringing you racing since 2022, everybody. Heart to Heart Motorsports has been putting on some awesome racing here. Now, as we are qualifying tonight at RP. What's up, J-Dog?
What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good evening, and good night to everybody out there right now. So hopefully this is going to be a great race for everybody here at Clifton, Indiana, at Lucas Oil International Raceway Park. We're going to see these guys right now as we speak, and as we see them qualify. There we got Scott Castanave in the 03.
The last lap of a 22.615. Rusty Robinson now here in the 5 here, trying to make a lap.
It's one of our sponsors here in Heart to Heart.
Let's not forget to take a look here at that Bass Tire 02 of Bobby Lane, currently running P3 fastest right now.
Got a little sideways off the X94 there.
LMR in the 9 here. Bud Light Mike going to finish up his qualifying run here, currently in P6. Joe Flack, there we go, the flash. Let's get it. He's going to show them how to flash it through the field tonight. Let's get it. Austin Cornpros, everybody, that's going to be your points leader right now here, with Bobby Joe Lane currently in that second place spot in points. So we'll see what's going to happen tonight. Lots of points on the line here between Austin and Bobby. Here's a good battle here for that first and second place spot. And we got a few others down that line there putting on a good challenge here.
definitely going to be good for these guys out here tonight. The track is 65 degrees.
Look at Dan Colson here as he makes his way around.
Looking pretty good out here for his first qualifying run is a 22.751.
Field's going to round up with just 9 drivers tonight. So it should be some really good racing here. Should be a very clean, good race tonight. Definitely should see a lot of good action tonight. So RP definitely could be a lot of challenge here. As you get a little later into the race, the tires will wear. The tires do wear really quickly here. Within the first 20 laps, you're suffering a bit. If you're overdriving this car, you definitely can overdrive this car and make that right front and that right rear burn up. So it's going to be a matter on how good the car feels and how much you're sliding out there, how much you're driving it into the corner, how hard you're driving it off the corner. It's all going to play a factor tonight here at IRP as we get ready to hit it tonight for a 100-lap feature. Also, we're going to have one 15-lap heat. That's when we're going to see the drivers really send it and give it all they got. All right, everybody, we're going to step away for a quick moment. Let's thank all of our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
From custom millwork, to hands-on training, to the best products in the industry, T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source helps you do more. Each of our locations include showrooms featuring windows and doors, decking and railing products, and a wide range of materials designed to inspire your next project. From concept to completion, you a chance to see, touch, and compare the products that bring your vision to life. T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source, building better together.
All right, and we are back with just about 3 minutes to go till we start lining it up. Gives the drivers a little bit of warm-up second there just to get ready and get geared up. J-Dog, it's going to be an exciting race tonight. There's been a lot of changes here in the points, seeing the points. A lot of drivers moving their way towards the front up here in these points here. You got Austin Cornpros currently leading in the points with 298. Alan Mars in that second place spot with Bobby Lane in P3 and Ronald Robinson's in P4 in the points. Dan Collison P5. Bud Light Mike in P6. Joe Flack in 7th. You got Robert Yonke. Doesn't look like he's here tonight. In 8th, and Andrew Lawmar, he's not here as well. 9th place, that's top 10. That's a lot of points to lose there. But you're going to have Rusty Robinson back there in P11. That'll give him a lot of points to gain here tonight. If he gets a good enough position there, he'll definitely be able to pick up some good spots. Got about 2 minutes left to go, y'all. We're getting ready to rock and roll here at IRP. One of my favorite short tracks here. Definitely a lot of speed here, a lot of fun, but you can definitely, like I said, overdrive it, and it can definitely play a part tonight. So we're going to see who can really put it behind the wheel tonight, who's going to be able to hold it down and put it full throttle.
It's definitely going to be a wild one here tonight in Clifton at Lucas Oil International Speedway, or Lucas Oil Raceway Park. We're just going to have to see how exciting these drivers are going to put out for this race tonight, for this good heat. Let's get ready to start here in about a minute.
All right, with everything being said, y'all, we got about a minute left. Just want to go ahead and take this time to thank out the rest of our sponsors here. Let's not forget to thank CNL Carpets. Also, let's not forget to thank Chase and Muscle Cars. Also, everybody, go check out their Facebook. Also, make sure you go check out their YouTube channel. All right, everybody, make sure you're showing love to all of these sponsors, because you know what? They're who allow us to be able to bring the show to you. So much love to all of the sponsors. Thank you for everything you do, and happy holidays to everybody out there. Hope y'all have safe and happy holidays. Let's go racing, y'all. I'm excited. I'm ready to get going here. I'm ready to see some cars go side by side and do a little door banging here. Maybe not so much see them do that in the feature, because, you know, it's a long race, but definitely want to see something like that in the heat race. Want to see them give it all they got.
That is a good look around this track. As these drivers now are getting ready to gear up for the first heat. As BJ will give you the starting lineup.
All right, everybody, here's going to be that starting lineup. It's going to be Bud Light Mike taking that P1 spot with Alan Marr stepping into P2. Joe Flash is going to grab P3 with Rusty Robinson on the outside in P4. That's going to put Ronald Robinson in P5 with Bobby Joe Lane in P6. That's going to be Dan Colson in P7 with Scott Casnave in that P8 spot. That's going to put Austin Cornprost towards the end of the line. So we'll see how this works, everybody. Let's see.
As these drivers now got 2 laps to go around the track and get ready to warm up these tires. What do you think is going through these drivers' minds at this point, at the beginning of this heat?
I know me. I'm going to do what I can to try to get those 8 points, you know, them 8 points for that lead position. That's what I'm going to aim for.
If I was these drivers, I would at least try to get at least a top 5 out of this race. Or better, and at least try to win it.
So one driver in this race, one driver just will not receive points. That will be the last place car due to the amount of drivers tonight. So we'll see what happens here.
Pace car's off. Green flag for the heat.
Great double foul there. Great double foul start there. Beautiful run there by Bud Light and Alan Marr there. Alan Marr getting a little bit of screw there, but he's going to make it happen here. So now
Rusty Robinson.
47 of Bud Light Mike starting to fall back just a little bit there. Gonna have to find his place in the line here, get lined up and keep moving forward. Oh, now
got one going.
there's a wreck in the
Got
back. Big wreck in the
Wreck.
back here. Somebody gets
Got
in
a
the
wreck
back.
in the back stretch.
Looks like the 91 got the first piece of it there. Let's take it back and rewind here for a quick second here. Hopefully we can get this really quickly here before we get too far ahead here. These short tracks, they can be a little tough. Put in slow motion here. The 8's going to hit the 91. The 91's going to go to its side here. The 95's going to get collected. The 12's going to get collected. The 3 is in the grass. Man, look at that. Look at there. But the 91's still rolling. He's moving on, and he's looking good. Let's rock and roll. All right.
There's a lot of damage out of that accident, too. This 95 at Austin's getting ready to come down the pit road now. You'll have to use that fast repair, and you'll get that back during the future.
That's right. He'll get it back in the feature. He'll be good for the feature. He'll have one in the feature, and he'll have one here in the heat race. So he'll be able to keep moving. He'll be able to rock it out.
Cautions do not count in the heats. They do in the future, but they do not count in the heats. That does bring out the first caution in this heat.
Scott Casnay back on the track again in the late models this week. It's good to see him get back in this car, put a little bit of time in behind this wheel. Definitely love seeing him out here. 3-time champion in the late model series, so good to see him get behind that wheel and put it down. One of the great sponsors here of Heart to Heart, Allen Tillery Buick GMC.
You can find them in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Make sure y'all go check them out this holiday season. If you're looking for a new Buick, GMC, or anything of that sort, a new vehicle, go take home a brand new Equinox. Go take home a brand new Silverado. That's where it's at. Grab a Duramax if you're really feeling it. All right, getting ready to go back. Green flag.
Dust those tires off, guys. Get ready to go back to green.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. Back to the restart. Alan Morak got a good start out of that. Looked like they got a little scramble up in the backfield, though. Bobby Joe Lane's right beside now. Rusty Robinson back straight away.
Side by side for P2. Austin Cornpro still looking to make his move up here too. Starting to get on the bumper here of the 02.
Using that fast repair now, he's starting to bang up a little bit more behind Bobby Joe Lane. Bobby Joe Lane trying to block him, but now in the back. Now Rusty is right behind Bobby Joe Lane coming in turn 3.
Look back here in P5 here, you got the 8, the 12, and the 47 all here together, all working, trying to make their way around each other here. Definitely putting on some hard, challenging racing here. You got the 91 of Joe Flack kind of just hanging out back here. We'll see what happens with him as we get ready to move forward into this race. Scott Cazenave, everybody, going to fall back here a little bit. Honestly, not a bad place to be here, as that'll help move him towards the front of this field here on the race here. Let's go back to the front of this field here as you take a look at Alan Marr in that P1 spot, putting down the magic tonight. Let's go. See a lot of smoke coming off of the walls here. You're seeing a lot of wall scrubbing here. Seeing a lot of cars driving it off too hard off the corner.
Yeah, I just saw Rusty Robinson just got a little tight coming off exit 4 going in front straightaway.
Back here at P2, everybody. P2. You got the 95 pushing the 02 here. Trying to catch up to this 9 here. Rusty Robinson not that far behind. He could probably still make it connect with this second and third place spot. Look at that 8. The 8 is starting to make his way up to the field here, trying to gain up to that 4th place spot of Rusty Robinson, and he is starting to close that gap here. The 12 right there behind him, keeping it a pretty close gap here. Good racing so far here. The 9 is still holding it down now with a .65 of a gap.
The reason why is because of the gap. I just saw Rusty Robinson scrape the wall between 3 and 4. All the way around.
Definitely seeing a lot of drivers there just scrubbing the wall coming off there from overdriving it off the corner.
Bobby Joe Lane now Austin trying to look the inside. Bobby Joe Lane now side by side coming in, exiting 2, going back straight away. Alan Marr just sitting here comfortably up here. Full laps to go. He better keep on going.
Definitely the points Alan needs, you know. Alan's second place in points here against Austin here, his teammate. Austin doing everything he can right now to get into that second place spot, but Allen's up here leading. So that's 8 points to Allen there, 7 points to Austin if Austin grabs that P2 spot. That's only 6 points to Austin though if he grabs P3. So that's a lot of points to lose when you're that close in points.
2 to go.
Look at that 95. It's got the Merry Christmas theme on there. He's got Santa Claus on the side of that thing, everybody.
That car's a Cadillac? Man, that's going to be nice. That's a nice car.
Car now trying to peek to the inside of the 02 again.
Final lap. Bobby Joe Lane closing that door on Austin now, coming off at exit E2.
Nine's going to come around for the checkered flag. Nine's going to grab checkered flag with the 02. He's going to grab P2, and the 95 of the Austin Cornpros is going to grab P3. Ronald Robinson, everybody's going to grab P4 with Dan Colson grabbing P5. Rusty Robinson in P6. Scott Cazenave in P7. Bud Light Mike in P8. And Joe Flack in P9. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
That was a good first heat.
That was good racing, everybody. I might have had that mixed up just a little bit, everybody, but that's all right. That's all right. Getting ready to do a little warm-up here and get ready to go racing.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
on Nolensville Road next to the zoo.
From custom millwork to hands-on training to the best products in the industry, TW Perry, Builder's First Source, helps you do more. Each of our locations includes showrooms featuring windows and doors, decking and railing products, and a wide range of materials designed to inspire your next project. From concept to completion, you a chance to see, touch, and compare the products that bring your vision to life. TW Perry, Builder's First Source, building better together.
Right, and we're back as we are got 2 minutes to go here before we line up for 100 laps tonight here as we're finishing up this warm-up, letting these tires and cars get a little more, few minutes before the race here to use the bathroom or get everything settled in before they sit down for 100 laps and give you good hard racing here. So we're going to see what happens tonight. It's definitely going to be a good one tonight. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here. You know, I believe it's going to be fun. Yeah, a lot of these guys in here battling for points here. So we're going to see a lot of good stuff happen.
I started watching the weather. I did see the temperature go up a little bit, about 67 degrees now on the track. So hopefully during the future, it won't affect these drivers too much, and hopefully have a grip on the track to have a good race.
Not seeing too many drivers out here running warm-up laps, just hanging out in pit road here as they're getting ready to dial in. Alan Marr making his way out, going to go run him a hot lap beforehand.
We'll see what happens.
And is gonna oversend it. Oversend it.
Probably to see how much time we had left.
Big shout out to everybody out there watching tonight, y'all. Please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future Heart to Heart Motorsports racing. Races brought to you every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all are following that Heart to Heart streams. Also, everybody, please don't forget to check out Heart to Heart Motorsports, everybody, with Motor Mouth Broadcasting on Sundays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're ready to line up now as everybody. This is going to be the feature. Joe Flash going to step into P1 with Bud Light Mike in P2. Scott Cazenave is going to grab that P3 spot with Rusty Robinson in P4. That's going to put Dan Colston in P5 with Ronald Ropers and everybody in P6. Austin Cornprost grabbing P7 with Bobby Joe Lane in P8. And that's going to put Alan Marr, the most challenging race tonight, at the end of the field here. So we'll see what he can do.
I got a feeling this feature will be a wild one.
There's some beautiful looking cars right there, and a lot of shine. They've been waxing them things. You see them, they're just shining away as they get ready to roll out on the track.
Pretty cool seeing Joe Flash up there in the front.
No, the good thing about starting here in the lead here, if he can hold on to that lap for at least one lap there, he'll get that bonus point, you know. So he's just got to stay up there for one lap, get that bonus point. That's it. And Bud Light might be able to hold off there and get him a lap as well there. That's definitely where these points come in big play here on the feature. Get a point for leading the lap, most laps led, and the fastest lap.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll give it to him, give him a little push. We're just going to have to see how these guys who actually doing this feature. These tires better be warm because they're getting ready to come around for this green.
Their pace car is going to go in this time around.
Pace car's off.
Green, green,
We
green.
are green in Lucas Oil International Raceway Park.
Bud Light Mike going to be back a little bit further on that restart there. Going to give 91 the run he needs to lead that lap that I was just talking about here. Scott Cazenave is going to grab into that P2 spot. Dan Collison now working his way into P3. Bud Light Mike starting to fall back a little bit now into that P5 spot here. As now we see the 9 shooting to the inside there, but it looks like he got it straightened out. He was in a little bit of trouble there. Got a bad little start there, but he's going to be good to go here, back here with Bobby Joe Lane, currently in P8. Rusty Robinson now making his moves happen here in P7 here, working his way here around Bud Light in the 47 with the 8 of Ronald up here, currently in P5. Got a lot going on through the field here tonight, y'all. Let's keep the action popping here as we got the 91 of Joe Flash currently starting to fall back just a little bit as well after leading the lap there. Scott Cazenave's going to take over that lead position with the 12 of Dan Collison here, now trying to make his way into that P2. 95 of Austin Cornprost, being one of the biggest movers of the race here, is now making his way up here towards the front of this field. The question is are they going to push it too hard here, too early? The tires are going to burn here, and you're going to have a big problem here later when it comes time, and you're going to need tires.
Still got a long ways to go in this race, and now we're back to single file as we're going around next. We're going in 1-2 now, going back straight away.
Joe Flash doing a great job of maintaining his lane there, trying to stay into that P2 spot here. If the 12 was brilliant here, the 12 would just hop in behind that 91 and just tuck in and kind of cruise behind him till later in this race and make something happen towards the end. That's definitely where it's going to play a good factor here and help benefit these other drivers.
One or two pit stops before this race is over. Right now, we're going straight up single file in front straight away.
So we're definitely going to have to pit for some tires here. As now we're almost 3 wide here for P2. As now the 91's catching the wall here and bumping into the side of the 12 here. The 91's going to have to get it back together here and hold on to that P2 spot. Now battling side by side with the 12. 95 trying to look low underneath with the 12 pushing them, as now the 8's there too. 91's going to lose a little momentum after getting into that wall, but he can get back in line here. He'll be good. He will make something happen here. All he's got to do is get back in that line and get that speed back together. Let them tires cool down for a few minutes and then get back into it. Let's go. All right, we're racing hard tonight, baby. Let's get it. as now they're doing everything they can to catch up to the 03 of Scott Cazenave and that Alan Tillery Chevrolet.
I just Austin in 95 gave Dan 12 just a little push coming into the coming into 3, going into the middle. Now they're just moving into 10, coming in and exiting 2, going back straight away. You better be careful with this. Like that, you can't stick your opponent into the wall. You don't want to do that here unless you go to the outside wall where a safety barriers are at, instead of the inside wall where there's no safety barrier.
Look back here, Joe Flagg now is currently in that P5 spot here. You're seeing him just hold on to it here. Great driving condition here, looking a lot better than he was about there a minute ago, with Rusty Robson right behind him there in a good spot. Let's get it. We're going to see these guys try to conserve back here in the back, and we might see them move more towards the front of the field here as we get later in this race here. As you got the 02 of Lane here, and Alan Marr, you know, that's a good strategy to have. That's a great strategy here. But like Mike, still keeping a close enough gap here, just now about a second gap here to the end of this field here. So we'll see. Hopefully he'll stay out of trouble and he'll get back up there with the rest of these guys here. As now we got a good battle still going on here for P3 and P2.
Now Trumbull looking the inside of Dan Colson on his front straightaway. Ronald Robertson in the 8th. Now sitting there trying to chill back and relax and try to watch this battle between Austin Cornfels and Dan 12.
No, you don't really want to see them battle too much, because if you see them battle too much, that's going to allow that 03 of Scott Cazenave to pull away a little bit. Unless Scott pulls away and then burns them tires enough, then they can come back to him. But Scott's very well at saving tires in these cars. Everybody. Scott's a really good late model driver, so we're going to really see what they got to do.
Bumper to bumper, Austin now is back bumper to bumper with Dan Colson in 12, trying to give him a little push, trying to catch up to Scott Cazenave, now back straight away. Robertson not too far behind now. Austin now going back, single file, trying to keep, hopefully they can keep their patience and try to catch up to Scott now, heading to the back straightaway. There's a good stretch between 8th and 5th right now. Between 5th and 4th, there's a big gap between them. Going in top view of this car right now. Right there, he gives Austin a chance to match up to his bumper just a little bit. Joe Flack in 91. Field right there. Look at that battle going on between Bud Light and Mike.
Battle going on back here towards the back of this field here with the 9 and the 02 O2's putting it on back here.
Joe Lane, the O2 now, trying to stay close to Alan Marr. That's a good battle. I just seen them not too long ago.
Taking a look back here at the front of this field here is now the 12's closed the gap on the 03. The 95 also got the 8 of Ronald here, and these guys are bumper to bumper here. They are neck and neck here, so it's going to be challenging to see how hard Scott's really having to push it with these cars on his tail end here.
Dan Willis just trying to look for the inside now, coming in turn 3. As we now getting ready to go to front straightaway and going back to the final. Dan Colson looking the inside now. Scott trying to take the lead. As Austin still bumper to bumper with Dan Colson back straightaway. Dan Colson the inside now. Scott Calkins. Scott Cassidy in the 3. Now side by side. Now going back straightaway.
And trying to make the Fantech gear work. He said, I'm trying to lead a lap, buddy. I need that point. Let's go. Side by side, bumper to bumper, coming out of turn 4.
He's jumping back now behind Scott. Now going back single file. Now back straightaway.
Some good racing here towards the front of this field. It's going to be able to tighten the rest of this field up as well. This field's going to stay pretty tight.
I just seen Austin now just tag the bumper of Dan, trying to get him up there. Got a little loose coming off at exiting 4. Now coming off at exiting 2, going back straightaway.
So Austin wanting to drive it in. The corner's a little bit harder here, coming in towards that 12 there. But just getting the great momentum and the push going into the corner.
Gotta be careful pushing these late models because they can barely take it because the way these cars are shaped. You get a good underneath your opponent and you can spin them out. You can actually put them right in the wall if you do it correctly. But you need to do it real safely and try to push them. Like pretend there's like a marshmallow between that car so you can be able to drag. Like these fellas doing it for the front straightaway.
Right, take a look back at the second part of this field here. You got Alan Marr in P5 now making his way up the field here with Rusty Robinson in P6. Bobby Joe Lane's going to be in P7 with Joe Flash in P8 and Bud Mike in P9. But these guys are keeping it close back here. That's going to give them the momentum they need later here down the line as they're working together here, also trying to get back towards the front of this field here.
Got a new leader, Dan Colson in the 12. They just took it away from Scott Cassidy. Scott Cassidy now just followed back. Right to the side, Ronald Robinson now front straightaway.
Scott's going to fall back a little bit here now. Scott's currently going to fall back that P4 spot here. Hopefully not burning the tires down too much. Letting these guys, race him here for that position here. Is now you're going to have Dan Collison here leading this race with Austin Cornpost in P2. Ronald is going to be in P3.
Right now in this race. With 60 laps to go, they're looking really good. Hopefully these tires still hold it on before the first pit stops start to hit.
No, I believe if this goes green, are they going to attempt to try to stay out? Are they going to try to run that full 100 laps on one set of tires here? Because tire wear really is rough here, so, and the temperature on the track can make a difference as well. So we're going to see, hopefully nobody blows the right front tire. because the tire wear I saw during practice, the tire wear was pretty crazy. So I'm not sure how it's feeling to these guys right now. Hopefully it's feeling pretty good. I mean, you got 66 laps to go, a lot of time left on this race here. But the question is, do they get really loose when these tires give? Will the cars start spinning? What's going to happen here is now you got the 95 of Austin Cornpros here trying to battle and get that lead position and lead that next lap.
I know if you get these tires too hot on this track, it'd be like driving on butter or ice. And especially in this round, this time of the year, it'd be ice. Yeah, if you get these tires way too hot, you'd be like driving on ice out here. As Austin now is trying to look for the inside of Dan, trying to get the pole position.
The door tap just a little bit there and then fall back into line here, as you're not really trying to push it to that side by side a whole bunch, because that's really where you're going to hurt yourself. Kind of want to make the move fast. Let's go. Austin now taking the lead. Now the 8's trying to make his way into that P2 position. 8's going to have to dip back into line, but Scott Cazenave is close. He's still holding the bumper down here in that P4 spot.
He got a little tight going in turns 1 and 2 right now, and now he's on the inside. Now he's on the back straightaway, hopefully collecting the car, so hopefully he can keep up with these guys.
Take another look here at the 9. Now getting to the bumper here of the 03 of Scott Cazenave. Now he's starting to close that gap here. We're seeing a lot of these guys move back towards the front of this field here. Rusty Robson, I told you this, guys, early on in the race, that you will see these guys in the back here start to close that gap as you see these guys starting to burn them tires up in the front here. Joe Flash still holding it down here with Bud Light Mike back here in P9 as well. Not far behind, everybody. These guys are not far behind at all for what's about to go down here. As now it's becoming an exciting race, seeing a lot of action happen here. As Ronald now is currently in that P3 position here. He's going to be the next one, I believe, to go up there and try to lead a lap. He's going to have to push it and go lead that lap to get that point. He really needs that point right now. Let's go.
Maybe 2-3 laps. Be looking here to go some of these guys to make a pit stop under green.
Take a look at the 95. He's up here and he's burning it down, but hopefully he's not going to push it too hard. He's going to have to slow it down. He's going to have to not pull too far ahead here, because that's going to hurt him. Them guys in the back are patiently waiting for this to happen. You still got 58 laps to go here. There's a lot of laps to go. A lot can still happen with these tires here. Sincerely, don't screw them up. Let's go racing, boys.
Alan Marr on the inside now. Scott Cassidy back straightaway. Almar trying to look the outside now. Scott Cassidy still got Ronald in front of him, and he's trying to get Scott Cassidy was trying to get around Ronald, as Almar now trying to get around Scott Cassidy for the 4th position. Right now, looking pretty comfortable right now.
Lamar making his way around Scott Cazenave now in that P4 spot here. Going to work his way up there to Ronald here. Now Lamar, biggest mover of the race right now.
of the track between 1 and 2. Looked like he's scraping the wall.
Look back here, Rusty Robson, he's still not far behind these guys, so we might see him move his way up here as he's starting to gain on Scott here and starting to close that gap here just a little bit. Got Bobby Joe Lane back here also now, keeping a 3-second gap between that 6th place spot. He's going to have to pick it up a little bit if he don't want to get left too far behind. He does want to hang back, but he doesn't want to hang back too much. It can definitely hurt him to hang back too much. Got Joe Flack back here with Bud Light Mike still battling it out here for 8th place here, y'all. Giving it all they got, hoping that there will be a caution and they can get themselves back up here towards the tail end of this field here. As we got 51 laps to go, everybody. We're almost at the halfway mark now. And we'll be right back here as we step away for a moment with a commercial break. Right, and we're back with green flag racing here, everybody. As now you see a battle going on here for that 4th place spot with Ronald in the 03 Scott Cazenave here. 48 laps to go, everybody. Let's race. Austin Cornpro's doing a great job of maintaining the lead here with Dan Collison in that 2nd place spot here. Looking good tonight here as we got Alan Marr back there in P3. Alan Marr putting on a phenomenal race early on here. Looks like Joe Flack is going to be going into pit road this time around here. Maybe Joe going in to get some tires here. We'll take a look here as we might see a few more drivers go in. Green flag pit stops here. That might be something that needs to happen here. So, you know, like I said, tire wear is very real here. And the car could definitely change the way it drives throughout the night. So we'll see what happens here. Yep, you're going to see Joe's right side here come up. He's going to go ahead and get some tires here. And you'll go ahead and see that left side come up. He'll get some tires there as well. He's only going to grab right side tires. All right, we're going to see Joe Flack come back out here. That's going to put him 1 lap down here. No, 2 laps down. Let me take that back here. But he should be able to gain some back if we end up getting some cautions. No. We'll see what happens here. All right. Now, back at the front of this field here, you got Ronald Robinson, everybody, battling it out with Scott Cazenave. Putting on a great battle tonight, putting on some good racing. Let's go racing, everybody. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but you know what? I enjoy this. It's really fun. They make it very exciting here. So I'm excited to see what the rest of this season is going to be like because it's already been very fun. I hope everybody's ready for the holidays, y'all. Don't forget to stay safe and enjoy the time with your families because that's what it's all about, everybody. Christmas is just one of those things, you know, family's everything. So much love to everybody. Just stay safe. It's not about the presents, it's just about the presence of others. That's what it's about, everybody. So, all right, y'all, we got a good battle going on here. Scott Cazenave keeping it real close here. Rusty Robinson now starting to close that gap between these two here, making his way up towards the front of this field here. You're going to see Austin Cornprost here. If he's pushing that thing too hard there, he's going to definitely hurt himself here. Now, he's got about a 3-second gap here on the rest of this field here. Almost 4 seconds. Almost 4 seconds. That's a huge gap there as he started to pull away.
Scott now looking the inside of Ronald Robinson for 3rd position.
Austin's teammate, Alan Marr, the number 9, he's gained a lot of ground throughout this race here, but we're waiting to see what's going to happen here. Is he going to be able to gain on Austin here? Is now Austin starting to pull away towards this field here. Got Dan Colson starting to fall back just a little bit as well, or if he's just trying to conserve himself. The question is, who we're going to see go in and have to pit here. You got Ronald Robinson back here battling it out in 4th place here with Scott Cazenay putting on some close battles here. Got Rusty Robinson now going into pit road to grab some tires here. So we're going to see a cycle here, y'all, with just a few laps to go here. Rusty Robinson going to go get those tires. Hopefully just get the 2 right side tires. Don't take no fuel. Take the tear off. Try to get out of that pit road quick as possible. Get some good laps here. Let's go. All right. That's going to be 2 people that's hit that pit road tonight here. All right. Going back and taking a look here at the 0-2 of Lane. Now that's going to put 0-2 of Lane in that 6th place spot, as he's been kind of just hanging back tonight, trying to let those tires just stay conservative, as now we are 37 laps to go here.
We're just going to have to see if some of these drivers will go in to get just right side tires. What we're looking at so far is just right side tires, because I think the left sides are actually perfect on this track, because I did a little practice too on this myself. And yes, the right side definitely going to be eaten up on this track. If you don't keep an eye on that right side, especially the right front.
All right, got another car going down pit road. It's going to be the 8 of Ronald here. So you're definitely going to start seeing more cars come into pit road here. We'll see what happens.
Because that right front can blow out.
Looks like Rusty was able to play safe and only go down 1 lap here. That's going to put him ahead of Joe Flash in 8th place here. That will also move him up, as now Ronald's went into pit here, but Ronald's going to get those little bit fresher tires here, so we'll see how that plays a factor here within the last few laps, because every lap is about 20% on the tires here. That's how bad the tire wear is here tonight. It's really rough. Ronald now back out of pit road, going to only be down 1 lap as well, so we'll see what happens here.
When it's really rough like that, that means you will get a lot of grip on this track, so it means be easy to pass. You can easily pass on this track, but you got to be patient and take your time.
Austin showing a great deal of leadership tonight. He is leading this race. He is pulling it out. All stops here as we are on lap 70, everybody. This is getting quite interesting here. We'll see what happens here, as he is 5 seconds ahead here of his teammate Alamar. Dan Colison's going to grab into that P3 spot with Scott Cazenave, everybody, in P4. Bobby Joe Lane's now going to be in that top 5 here. We're going to have Bud Light Mike grabbing that P6 with Rusty Robinson, everybody, in P7. It's going to be Rusty Robinson, everybody, in that Buchanan Resort car right there, looking good. All right, Ronald Robertson, everybody, that's going to be in P8, everybody, with Joe Flack, everybody, ending up the back of this field here in that number 91. Let's go racing, y'all. I keep saying that tonight. I can't help it, but you know what? I'm enjoying it. It's rocking and rolling tonight. 30 laps to go tonight. Let's get it.
If a caution does come out, Rusty Robinson will be the lucky dog. If a caution does come out, now I don't want to jinx the race right now, especially for Austin, how much he's been dominating so far in this race. We're just going to have to see what's going to happen in the next 29 laps. Hopefully his tires will not give out.
Tell you what, he's holding some really good speed up there. I mean, he's already moved that 5-second gap to a 6-second gap, you know. The only thing that could hurt him here is these guys that go out here and get these new tires are going to be a lot faster than these other guys. So you're going to see these guys try to go back and get their lap back here. You got 28 laps to go. You might as well try to push that sucker and get that lap back here and make your way back up towards the front of this field with those fresher tires in case one of these other guys don't go pit. That's going to be a good thing to do, I would think.
Like down, just way down a lap down. I can't say anything about Joe Flack in the 91. He is 2 laps down. Austin's out here doing a pretty good job. I'm hoping his tires will hold out here in the next week.
Allen blinked out there for a minute there, but he's still there and he's still getting it going. Scott Kasnave starting to make his move here. 25 laps to go here. Now grabbing back into that P3 spot here. Trying to close that gap here against that P2 spot.
There's only 5 cars on the lead lap right now.
Wait a minute. We're seeing Scott Kasnave go in and pit. He's going to go get some tires, it looks like. That's going to leave 3 cars that haven't pitted tonight.
We're just going to have to see how it's going to end up for those strategies. As now Scott Kasnave comes down and getting race side tires.
You know, it looks like Bobby Joe Lane there is a lap down as well too. He must have went in and pitted too. So yeah, we're down to just 3 cars that haven't pitted here. The real question is, are they just going to try to push it? You got 22 laps to go. Are you going to just try to push it? You know, we'll see what you can do tonight. Nope, Dan Collison's going into pit road here. That's going to leave Alan Marr and Austin Kornprost wide open here. The only 2 with 79 laps, almost 80 laps on the tires here. Now Scott Kasnave making his way back around, trying to get back on the lead lap here.
Austin has not lapped Alan Marr yet. He has lapped over half of the field. Scott Kasnave is 2 laps down. Joe Flack is 2 laps down.
Austin went into pit road. Austin's now into pit road here. So we're seeing everybody go in. That's going to put everybody close to back on the lead lap here. We'll see what happens as the battle is really going to get real.
Well, that right there will change everything. Right now, Austin still showing us leader as Alan Marr in second place. Bobby Joe Lane in third. Bud Light Mike in fourth. Rusty Robson.
Alan Marr now going in pit road. That's going to be the final car to go down pit road here. That's going to cycle around to Bobby Joe Lane, everybody.
Alan Marr back in first place right now.
Now Alan, the 95 and the 02 battling it out for the lead position here with 19 laps to go. Take a look who else is up here, everybody, in that top 3. Bud Light Mike make his way back up towards the front here at the end of this race here. Rusty Robson also, everybody, P4. Alan Marr currently going to be in that P5 spot here. He's going to have to make something happen here within these last few laps. Ronald Robinson, everybody, also P6, currently doing what he can to try to make something happen. Scott Kasnave currently still going to be just 1 lap down here. Must have took the 4 tires. Will hurt you here. You just got to do the 2-tire strategy, unfortunately. But that's all right. Keep running it, Scott. Send it. Give it all it's got. Dan Collison, everybody going to be in that P8 position here. As now we'll see some of these guys still cycle around and try to get back on that lead lap. Joe Flash, everybody in P9. Taking the exciting movement of the track here. Rusty Robinson going to be one of the bigger movers right now as he's trying to make something happen. Now a battle here going on as Scott Kasnave is trying to get that last lap back here and getting his way around Bobby Joe Lane. Now trying to make his way up to Austin so he can get back on that lead lap and battle for this last 15 laps here. The 02 of Lane looking to hang back just a little bit here as we still got 15 laps. The real time descendant is probably going to be within the final 5, I would guess. So hopefully he's got enough momentum there to make his way up to that 95 of Austin Kornprost here. Austin Cornprost doing all he can to hold on and keep that momentum now, as he's now at a 6-second gap here against second place.
Scott Cassidy now trying to battle back to actually get his lap back. But if a caution does come out, and he doesn't pass the leader before that caution does come out, he will not get that lap back until we'll go to that caution and he will get that lucky dog. But if he's racing to get that lap back, Dan Colson will have that chance to have the lucky dog.
Take a look here at Bud Light Mike also. Bud Light Mike closing that gap on the O2, looking to make his way up there for that second place spot. Rusty Robson, everybody, he's going to be about 5 seconds back here, but he's going to do what he can to try to get up there to Bud Light before the end of this race and give it all he's got. As now you got Allen about 2 seconds behind. That pit strategy stuff, y'all, like I said, played a big part here tonight. So this is what you're seeing here. This is the results of it here now, as everybody's starting to get back into a different position and different play of a race here tonight. Scott Cazenave, he's run some good laps tonight, but currently back there in that P7 spot, trying to make his way up there to Austin and get that lap back, but going to end up in a good finish tonight. Austin doing a great job of dominating this race tonight with 10 laps to go. Austin holding it down in that Merry Christmas car. Santa has took it all the way to the North Pole.
I'm showing 6 cars on the lead lap, but if a caution does come out,
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Speaking of
Speaking of a caution, something's going on. Let's see if we can take a look real quick. Not sure what happened.
Ooh, 47. But like, ooh, he got tagged by Dan. Go to Colson. Go to Colson 12 and do a far chase.
Let's put this back into far chase here. Put her into slow motion here. Looks like the 12 is going to come up, get into the 47 of Bud Light Mike. Slams into him hard. Man, that's unfortunate for Bud Light. Bud Light was in a very good spot, good position there. P3 at the time. Man, how did we not catch that? Unfortunately, that's going to be bad news. That's going to be real bad news here. As, man, you got a 9th place car getting into a 3rd place car. That's sad. That hurts. That's bad. All right, everybody. We're going to go back live here. That looks like we're going to have a few cars go into pit road here. Hopefully Bud Light Mike will also go in and get that fast repair. Come back and send it out for these last 7 laps. Try to go back and grab that P3 spot. Definitely where he was putting on some good racing there. So we'll see what happens on this restart. Joe Flack's going to get himself back on that back a lap as well. So we'll see him go around, get that lucky dog there. Joe Flack making his way around now. As we got a couple cars coming off of pit road here. We're getting ready to go racing again here for the last final laps here at IRP.
Dan Colson still a lap down, and Scott Cassidy is also still a lap down. Joe Flack will be back on the lead lap at the end of this.
Definitely not what Austin wanted here. You know, Austin is held off on a very strong lead here for a majority of this race here. So, you know, he's going to have to really pull it together here on this restart, or these guys are just going to, you know, come up here and they're going to run on him, especially if they got newer tires, because Austin still has not went into pit road and got any tires. He is on them original tires here, but there's guys in the back of this pack with brand new tires on here. So this is going to play a huge factor as we just got a couple laps to go. Good thing for Bud Light Mike making it out of pit road there. Still going to be in that P4 spot here on the restart. Great spot to be here as the O2 is on the inside in P3. The O2 hung back most of the race. He'll be up there. You got Dan Colson and Rusty Robinson, all these guys tied in. We'll see what happens on this restart as we get ready to go for the final few laps.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. 4 laps to go. We're going to have to see now as we get ready to go back to single file, back straightaway.
This is going to be where the magic happens, everybody. The last few laps here. This is when you're going to see the drivers really push it, because this is when you need those points. As now you got the 9 trying to close the gap on the 95. 95 getting a great run on the start here. The 02 of Bobby Joe Lane in P3. Rusty Robinson's now stepping his way into that P4 spot with the 8 of Ronald grabbing into P5.
And that right there will round off your top 5. Right now we got 2 laps to go.
Austin is just strong tonight. Austin getting a good run here, starting to pull away from them again with them older tires here, putting on a great show tonight.
Single file now for it straightaway. Austin still putting on a good show, but final lap. Back straightaway now. Got a good distance between Alamo still on the back of Joe Lane. Now it's hard to catch up. Coming
Now
in.
the checker flag is dropped here as we go around the final corner. The 95 is going to take the win at IRP for 100 laps. That's going to be Alan Marr grabbing P2 with Bobby Joe Lane in P3. Rusty Robinson's going to grab P4 with Ronald Roberson. Everybody grabbing P5. Bud Light Mike's going to grab P6 with Joe Flack in P7. Dan Collison's in P8 with Scott Cazenade in P9. What a wonderful race here tonight. They put it on. Green flag, 1 caution. That was some good racing here at IRP.
Dan Colson and Scott Cazenave did finish off the lap down. It's because of all pit strategy. Right now, Austin Cornpost out here burning down.
Tell you what, that was an action-packed race right there. That was very fun to see, and definitely to see how the strategies on pit road played a factor tonight, J-Dog. It was huge. You saw a lot of these guys up there towards the front of this field here early on in this race, and then move themselves towards the back of this field here. And then when the pit strategy come in, it made things reverse. It made things change up a whole lot again. So it was good to see. And then the 1 caution definitely brought out that final little run challenge there for all the drivers to put out some good racing tonight. So we're going to go ahead and start off by kicking off our top 3 tonight. Let's go ahead and give a shout out here to Austin, everybody. Let's go see if we can pull him in here. Austin Cornpost definitely going to pull it off tonight. Going to grab the P1. Been very strong. Been very dominant most of the night here. Getting great gap and great speed against all these drivers here. How was you feeling there when that last final yellow come out?
A little nervous, to be honest with you. I know Alan had a good car, and I know Bobby is on some freshies, but my car felt good all night, actually. I tried to save tires as much as I could, and yeah, that last few laps, man, I sent it.
Yeah, it was definitely tough, it looked like. I mean, you saw everybody go in and pretty much pit. And, you know, you held it off there and you waited. And you played a good race tonight, man. You ran very good and was able to pull off that finish and get the win. Leading in the points still, keeping it strong.
Yeah, I was nervous because I knew Bobby is back there saving fuel, and I knew we all had to pit, so I didn't know if he had enough or not. So when I lapped him, that's when I just decided to go in and get right sides only. So yeah, it worked out good. Got the win, man.
All right. You got any shout outs for us tonight?
Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all for broadcasting. Y'all doing a good job every week, like I say. Uh, Jason Muscle Car, T.W. Perry, Bass Tire, Allen Tillery. Who am I missing? Buchanan Resort, uh, DNL, Heart to Heart. Uh, anybody does anything for this league, we appreciate it.
All right, as awesome as always to have you in the booth with us. We wish you the most happiest holidays and hope to see you again after the holidays. I believe we got one more race each before
Yeah.
that happens. So we'll see you again next week. But that'll be it, y'all. We'll be taking a week off. So looking forward to seeing you then, brother. And I hope you have a
All
good
right.
night.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. That's going to be Alan Marr grabbing that P2 spot. Alan Marr's put it on tonight. Alan Marr worked his way from the back of this field up towards the front there and thought he had something there going towards Austin there for a minute, but didn't look like it was going to be enough after he made his way up there and with all the battling getting through the field. Definitely made it challenging tonight, but overall got a top 2. How you feeling?
Good. I think I could have had something for him if I'd have stayed on his outside on that restart to kind of hold him down and make him earn it. But I knew as soon as he got me and cleared me on that start, he was gone.
Most definitely. He had a lot of speed tonight, man. He held it together tonight, and he held a good race. But you know what? P2 is still a great finish and a lot of points there. And you really made it happen, man. You really did some good moves to get yourself up there tonight. So good race.
Oh yeah, I was happy to see that caution. That kind of gave us an opportunity to get bunched back up and get a P2. So solid day.
All right. Well, you got any shout outs for us tonight?
Yeah, thanks to BJ, J-Dog for broadcasting, T.W. Perry, Buchanan Resort, Allen Tillery, Chevrolet, Bass Tire. Appreciate all those guys for supporting the league.
Right. Well, as always, like we tell everybody else, happy holidays, and we hope you have a wonderful one.
Yes, sir. Y'all too. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. That's going to be that P3 position of Bobby Joe Lane coming in to a great race tonight. Started back there in the back of this field here. Just stayed back there, hung out, kind of conserved those tires. Worked his way through the pit stop there and ended up going a lap down and was able to go back and get that lap back and put on something good after we had that final little caution there and was able to come up and grab that P3 spot.
Well, I was saving fuel, me and Mike, Bud Light, and we had enough, so we didn't want the caution. But Austin was going to beat us anyway. He was. We had to save like 15 laps of fuel, so we were like 3/4 throttle down the straightaways, and it was probably a bad call, but ended up getting my lap back when they pitted. So kind of the caution kind of fell okay for me because I was able to throw it down there at the end. But Austin was just so fast that I don't think nobody could have kept up with him tonight.
Yeah, he definitely was the talk of the race tonight. Holding it down tonight, being able to pull away a little bit, put some good speed down tonight. But like we said, you conserved and you made your way up there. You had some good race tonight. You know, P3 is a good finish. So good job there. And getting shout outs for us tonight.
Yeah, I want to shout out to Bass Tire and y'all and Wiley. I'm sure you're out there watching. Thank you for watching. Troy, Kim Lane, everybody who watches and helps this league. Just want to thank them all. It's a good league.
As always, it's a pleasure to have you in the booth, and I hope you have the rest of the. We got one more race coming up here next week. We got Bristol coming up, and then we hit off for our Christmas holidays, everybody. So that's where we're at next week. You look forward to Bristol?
Oh yeah, I am. It's my favorite track. I wish I was running the truck there though instead of this car, but either way, I seem to do really well there. But big congratulations to Austin tonight, man. He deserves it. He smoked us.
Most definitely. Always good to show love and support to all the other drivers out there. But thank you for joining us in the booth, and hope to see you again soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, everybody. That's going to round up our top 3 tonight here at IRP with Heart to Heart Motorsports, everybody. Please don't forget to subscribe and don't miss out on any future races with Heart to Heart Motorsports. Races brought to you every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, you can check us out with Motor Mouth Broadcasting on YouTube. Y'all, please go subscribe to his channel. Check us out on Sunday nights in the Craftsman Truck Series, everybody, as we're mid-season there. That's when you see me and J-Dog hop in the vehicle as well. So y'all make sure you're going to root us on, everybody. Go show some support over there to Motor Mouth. Show them some love and good vibes. Austin Corn Post able to pull it off tonight here for 100 laps at RP. J-Dog, what you got for us, brother?
We will have one more race before Christmas. We will see you at Bristol next Wednesday. Good night.